If you get notification that your servicing is changing, it doesn't mean that you have a bad loan or somebody doesn't want to keep the loan. It's just a very common um, practice in the mortgage industry, because when lenders transfer the servicing, that frees up more money for them to make more loans. So when your servicing is transferred, what's not changing is your interest rate, your loan balance, your monthly payment schedule, and your loan terms. All your loan details stay exactly the same. You want to make sure to check your mail, even though you're going to get a lot of solicitation after you buy a house. But continue to check your mail, open anything that has to do with your mortgage, because it could be notification of a transfer. It can happen right away, it can happen within a few weeks, and it can happen in a few years. So whenever you get that letter, shoot it to me. That way I can check it out for you and make sure it's legit. But once you get the letter, you'll likely get a goodbye letter from your current servicer and a welcome letter from your new servicer. Sometimes the servicer will be the same name because it's a different division within the parent company. But on that welcome letter, it's going to have your new loan number, your new login instructions with the website, your new payment address, and new contact information. So you want to log into the new website, you want to use your new loan number, and confirm your last payment posted. Sometimes that transfer takes place around the first of the month, and so you want to make sure if you made your payment to your old servicing that they actually credited it towards your new. Now, your old servicer contact information will still be valid for that transfer period, and you want to make sure if it didn't post to just go ahead and call the servicer that you had before and tell them it didn't post. They'll be able to look it up and make sure to get it posted correctly. You can always reach out to me as well. Now, another thing that you want to do is to check your insurance and taxes under the escrow section. You want to make sure that the insurance information transferred over and that the taxes are listed as well. It's common practice for that to happen, but glitches can happen. So you want to make sure about that. You can also shoot an email to your current insurance company and just let them know, look, my servicing transferred. I just want to make sure y'all have this information so that when the bill becomes due, you can send it to the proper place. Now, you want to set up your auto pay again if you were paying by auto pay. I think it's a great idea to pay by auto, but you want to make sure that you set it up with the new servicer. That information is not going to be transferred over. And then as a common good practice is that every month, whether you pay manually online or even by mail, or if you have an auto pay, that a few days after it should post, you want to go in and make sure it did post. And then also make sure that it clears your bank, because glitches can happen. We're dealing with technology, and it's still your responsibility to make sure that the payment got there on time, even when it's something that you've taken care of. You need to double check it. So this gives me the opportunity also to remind you about this. I know I told you at the closing, but when you get your insurance premium bill in every year, you're going to get it a couple of months before it's due, and you want to check out the balance on it. You want to make sure if not the balance, but the premium amount. If the premium amount went up, then understand the servicer, the lender's been collecting based on the old premium. So you're going to be short. And the servicer doesn't automatically just make a new payment for you once that changes. They do an escrow analysis about once a year. So you want to make sure that you check that amount. So let's say it went up $600 a year on insurance. Hopefully not, but let's say it did. Then you're going to be short $50 every month from that time, and from that time. So what you want to do is you want to start preparing. When you get the bill in, they're going to pay it, and then you can do one of a couple of things. Maybe you set up that house savings account that you have heard me talk ad nauseum about, and then you could just put that extra $50 every month into your home savings account. And then when the escrow analysis is done, you'll have the difference. It also would be a really good idea at that time to double it. And the reason why is because your payment's going to go up. So you want to make sure that not only do you have enough money in your savings account to pay the difference between what has been collected, but you also want to prepare your budget and your spending habits for that increase in your house note. Same thing for when the taxes come in. Now, you can send a copy of your insurance and your tax bill to me. I'll go over it, I'll help you analyze it, and we'll come up with that plan. But just to give you a heads up on that, because your payment is not going to change when the premium for the insurance becomes due or when the taxes are due. And remember, that escrow account, savings account, is being built up in order to pay it based on the amounts that we had from the previous year, so, or when it closed. So you don't want to get caught with escrow shortages or a big old jump in your payment. You often will hear people say, my mortgage payment just keeps going up. I don't know why. Well, this is why. So now you can explain it to them or send them to me and I can explain it to them. So be assured that we're here for you. You know that. And we're going to be able to answer any questions you have, but hopefully this video gives you a little bit more insight into mortgage servicing transfers and then preparing for the bill, preparing for making sure that your escrows are set up properly. So talk to you soon.